Warning: this stream is rated for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, howdy do. Welcome. Hello. This is the Squidges Wildlife Animal Hospital Theater. My name is Scotty, also known as EBC, and this is the Schoolhouse Rock Special. Before we go any further, our sponsor this month is Squidge. Go check out Tiggy Winkle's, a local wildlife hospital in the UK. It's local, but it is the largest and most advanced free wildlife hospital in the world. They treat well over 12,000 animals every year. So check them out, and our sponsor Squidge would greatly appreciate you checking them out and maybe making a small donation if you are so inclined. All right, so this is the Schoolhouse Rock Special. Now, when I was a kid growing up, these were an integral part of the television programming that I watched. Um, the the basic concept was you're a television network. You want to put out children's programming. Don't mind the dog outside my window. But you want television programming for children. We might as well stick in some things here and there that are educational, right? Might as well get some things in there that are going to be of use to children. Lifelong lessons, basics of how it is to be a human being and to operate in this world, particularly the United States. And so this was the concept that they came up with. It aired on ABC network on Saturday morning during all the children's cartoons. And they covered all sorts of things: grammar, science, economics, history, mathematics, and civics. And there's probably some that you are very familiar with, and then there's others that you probably have never seen before. And a lot of it really depended on, like, uh, not necessarily how popular they were, but like maybe corresponding subject matter with the programs that they were running adjacent to, or things that were going on in the world. And a lot of it just had to do with the programmers at ABC choosing, these are the things that we want to show. So some of them aired once, some of them aired thousands of times, and you can still occasionally see some of them today. Again, it really depends on what ABC does with them, but they're also occasionally aired on the Disney networks, and it really depends, like, where you go. You might be able to see them actually aired on live TV today. In any case, I grew up with these. They actually started several years before I was born. I was born in 1982, and they were created and ran from 1973 to 1984. Then they took a break. Then they came back and they made some more episodes between 93 and 96. And then just a few more additional episodes were produced in 2009 for a direct-to-video release. But we're going to be taking a look at quite a few of them. If you haven't seen these before, they're kind of trippy. The late 70s, early 80s cartoon style is definitely there. And they cover all sorts of topics that they thought, were relevant to kids, and they could, try to produce a little bit of educational material to go along with the cartoons. So here we go, and the first batch of these are they're all 3 minutes long, so it would air like at the end of a commercial block before they would go back into the television show. So the first group of these is called America Rock, and you'll see why as soon as we get into it. So here we go.
One thing you will discover when you get next to one another is everybody needs some elbow room, elbow room. It's nice when you're kind of cozy, but not when you're tangled nose to nosy. Oh, everybody needs some elbow, needs a little elbow room. That's how it was in the early days of the USA. The people kept coming to settle, though the East was the only place there was to go. The president was Thomas Jefferson. He made a deal with Napoleon. How'd you like to sell a mile or two?
Or 3 or 100 or 1,000.
And so in 1803 the Louisiana Territory was sold to us without a fuss and gave us lots of elbow room. Oh, elbow room, elbow room. Got to get us some elbow room. It's the West or bust. In God we trust. There's a new land out there. Lewis and Clark volunteered to go. Goodbye, good luck, wear your overcoat. They prepared for good times and for bad, and for bad. They hired Sacagawea to be their guide. She led them all across the countryside, reached the coast, and found the most elbow room we've ever had. The way was opened up for folks with bravery. There were plenty of fights to win land rights, but the West was meant to be. It was a manifest destiny. The trappers, traders, and the peddlers, the politicians and the settlers, they got there by any way they could. The gold rush trampled down the wilderness, the railroads spread across from east to west, and soon the rest was opened up for good. Now we jet from east to west, goodbye New York, hello LA. But it took those early folks to open up the way. Now we've got a lot of room to be growing from sea to shining sea. Guess that we have got our elbow room, elbow room. But if there should ever come a time when we're crowded up together, I'm sure we'll find some elbow room up on the moon. Oh, elbow room, elbow room. Got to get us some elbow room. It's the moon or bust. In God we trust. There's a new land up there.
When
Ooh, there's gonna be fireworks on the 4th of July. Red, white, and blue fireworks like diamonds in the sky.
Diamonds in the sky.
We're gonna shoot the entire works on fireworks that really show, oh yeah. We declared our liberty 200 years ago.
Yeah.
In 1776,
Fireworks.
there were fireworks too.
Red, white, and blue.
The original colonists, you know their tempers blew. Like Thomas Paine once wrote, it's only common sense that if a government won't give you your basic rights, you better get another government. And though some people tried to fight it, well, a committee was formed to write it. Benjamin Franklin, Philip Livingston, John Adams, Roger Sherman, Thomas Jefferson, they got it done. The Declaration, the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The Continental Congress said that we were free. Said we had the right of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Ooh, when England heard the news, they blew their stack. But the colonists lit the fuse, there'd be no turning back. They'd had enough of injustice now, but even if it really hurts, oh yeah, if you don't give us our freedom now, you're gonna see some fireworks. And on the 4th of July, they signed it, and 56 names underlined it. And now to honor those first 13 states, we turn the sky into a birthday cake. They got it done. The Declaration, the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Continental Congress said that we were free. Said we had the right of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
We hold these truths to be self-evident,
that all men are created equal,
that they are endowed by their Creator
with certain unalienable rights,
that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And if there's one thing that makes me happy, then you know that it's there's gonna be fireworks.
ELECTORAL. Electoral College. We've got a tale to tell.
So what if we don't have a football team? At least we never have to write a theme. No classes, no professors, no tuition. Yet we're the goal of every politician. 'Cause everyone who graduates becomes the president.
Stop! I'm gonna send your vote to college when you vote for president. And if you'll let me share some knowledge, you'll understand this big event. The folks who wrote our Constitution had the idea for this plan, and it's been used in our elections since our government began. When you pull down on my levers for the person of your choice, you're also choosing state electors who will have the final voice. They're called the Electoral College, and they'll need to stipulate who the voters have selected to be the winner in each state. Now the number of electors that your state is going to get is based on total population. That's the formula that's set. And when the popular vote is counted to find a winner in each state will pledge all of its electors to choose the winning candidate.
I like it. I like it. ELECTORAL. Electoral
the vote is close and someone wins by just a little tiny hair, the electors give that person all their votes, and it's considered fair and square. I'm gonna send your vote to college when you vote for president. And now the Electoral College will work the way our founders meant. So what if they don't have a big macho football team?
It's every politician's special dream.
'Cause everyone who graduates,
Yes, everyone who graduates,
everyone who graduates becomes the president.
Whew, you sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee, and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether they should let me be a law. I hope and pray that they will, but today I am still just a bill.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Most bills never even get this far. I hope they decide to report on me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm going to live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and if they vote for me on Capitol Hill, well, then I'm off to the White House where I'll wait in a line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be a law. How I hope and pray that he will, but today I am still just a bill.
You mean even if the whole Congress says you should be a law, the president can still say no?
Yes, that's called a veto. If the president vetoes me, I have to go back to Congress and they vote on me again, and by that time you're so
By
old.
that time, it's very unlikely that you become a law. It's not easy to become a law, is it?
No.
But how I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill.
He signed your bill, now you're a law.
Oh, yes.
Mother necessity with her good intentions. Where would this country be without her invention?
Oh, things were rotten in the land of cotton until Whitney made the cotton gin. Now old times there will soon be forgotten, for it did the work of 100 men.
Mother necessity, where would we be?
Mother Edison worked late each night. It went well until the fading light.
Little Thomas Alva Edison said, I'll grow up to be a great inventor, and I'll make a lamp to help my mommy see. Wowee, what an excellent application of electricity.
He worked hard and pulled a switch. He was smart and very rich.
Mother necessity, help us to see. Now the mother of Samuel Morse always sent the lad out on a horse.
Take a message to Miss Peavy on the far side of the pike. Spread the word about the quilting bee next Saturday night.
Little Samuel started thinking of a way to send a message, though he'd never met a horse he didn't like.
Mother necessity.
Elias, can you help me with my sewing?
Mother dear, I'll fulfill your fondest wishes.
Elias, how?
This machine I've made will keep your sewing really flowing. In fact, we'll keep the whole nation in stitches. Mother necessity, where would we be?
Bring me on the Alexander Graham Bell. Thank you, Alexander, for the phone. I'd never get a date, I'd never get a job unless I had a telephone.
Mother necessity.
Oh, Bill Wilbur, go outside this minute and now continue with your silly playing. Take these plans and take those blueprints, take that funny looking thing, take that wheel and take that wing. I can't hear a thing that Mrs. Johnson's saying. Oh, Bill Wilbur, the night boys.
Mother necessity, where would we be?
When Robert Fulton made the steamboat go.
When Marconi gave us wireless radio.
When Henry Ford cranked up his first dynamo.
When Samuel Slater showed us how the factories go.
When all the iron and all the coal and steel and Yankee, don't you know
They made this country really grow, 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 grow. With mother necessity, and where would we be without the inventions of your progeny?
Rocking and a rolling, smishing and a splashing over the horizon, what can it be? The pilgrims sailed the sea to find a place to call their own. In their ship Mayflower, they hoped to find a better home. They finally knocked on Plymouth Rock, and someone said, we're there. It may not look like home, but at this point I don't care. Oh, they were missing Mother England. They swore their loyalty until the very end. Anything you say, King, it's okay, King. You know it's kind of scary on your own. Gonna build a new land the way we planned. Could you help us run it till it's grown? They planted corn, you know. They built their houses one by one. And bit by bit they worked until the colonies were done. They looked around, yeah, up and down, and someone said, hooray! If the king could only see us now, he would be proud of us today. They knew that now they'd run their own land. But George III still vowed he'd rule them to the end. Anything I say, do it my way now. Anything I say, do it my way. Don't you get to feeling independent, 'cause I'm gonna force you to obey. He taxed their property, he didn't give them any choice. And back in England, he didn't give them any voice. That's called taxation without representation, and it's not fair. But when the colonies complained, the king said, I don't care. He even has the nerve to tax our cup of tea. To put it kindly, King, we really don't agree. Gonna show you how we feel. We're gonna dump this tea and turn this harbor into the biggest cup of tea in history. They wanted no more Mother England. They knew the time had come for them to take command. It's very clear you're being unfair, King. No matter what you say, we won't obey. Gonna hold a revolution now, King, and we're gonna run it all away with no more king.
We're gonna elect a president.
No more king.
He's gonna do what the people want.
No more king.
We're gonna run things our way.
No more king.
Nobody's gonna tell us what to do.
Rocking and a rolling, swishing and a splashing over the horizon. What can it be? Looks looks like it's going to be a free country.
4 years have passed, it's time again to stage the main event. Election day and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, posters, pics, even dirty tricks. They run for president. The key states are the bigger ones with larger populations. They have the electoral votes it takes to win elections. Abe Lincoln, Grant, and FDR, they all got here this way. Be sure your mom and dad get out to vote election day. After whistle stops and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, election day we'll have our say and pick a president. Exercise your vote. 4 years have passed, it's time again to stage the main event. Election day is drawing near, we'll pick our president. Republicans and Democrats hold national conventions. They build their party platforms to broadcast their intentions. The candidates they nominate will surely have potential. They'll have to campaign long and hard to prove they're presidential. With whistle stops and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, posters, pics, even dirty tricks, they run for president. The key states are the bigger ones with larger populations. They have the electoral votes it takes to win elections. Abe Lincoln, Grant, and FDR, they all got here this way. Be sure your mom and dad get out to vote election day. After whistle stops and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, election day we'll have our say and pick a president. Exercise your vote.
Women's rights and how we've tried to reach new heights. If we're all created equal, that's us too. Yeah, but you will probably not recall that it's not been too long at all since we even had the right to cast a vote. Well, sure, some men bow down and call dismissal. Yeah. Let us hang the wash out and wash the dishes. But when the time rolled around to elect a president, what did they say, sister? What did they say? They said, see you later, alligator. And don't forget my mashed potatoes, cause I'm going downtown to cast my vote for president. But we were suffering until suffering. Not a woman here could vote no matter what age. And the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. Oh, yeah. And now we pull down on the lever, cast our ballot, and we endeavor to improve our country, state, county, town, and school. Tell them about those pilgrim women who braved the vote. They could cook the turkey, but they could not vote. Even Betsy Ross, who showed the flag, was left behind that first election day. What a shame, sisters! Then Susan B., Anthony, yeah, and Julia Howe, Lucretia Mott, and others. They showed us how they carried signs and marched in lines until at long last the law was passed. Oh, we were suffering until suffering. Not a woman here could vote no matter what age. Then the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. Oh, yeah. And now we cool down on the lever, cast our ballot, and we endeavor to improve our country, state, county, town, and school. Yeah. Yes, the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. Yes, the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. All right, we got it now. Since 1920, Sisters Unite.
My grandmother came from Russia
a satchel on her knee. My grandfather had his father's cap he brought from Italy. They'd heard about a country where life might let them win. They paid the fare to America and there they melted in. A lovely lady Liberty with her book of recipes and the finest one she's got is the great American melting pot, the great American melting pot.
America was founded by the English,
but also by the Germans, Dutch, and French.
The principle still sticks, our heritage is mixed. So any kid could be the president.
You simply melt right in. It doesn't matter what your skin, it doesn't matter where you're from or your religion. You jump right into the great American melting pot, great American melting pot. Ooh, what a stew, red, white, and blue. America was the new world and Europe was the old. America was the land of hope, or so the legend told. On steamboats by the millions in search of honest pay, those 19th century immigrants sailed to reach the USA. Lovely lady Liberty with her book of recipes and the finest one she's got is the great American melting pot, the great American melting pot. What good ingredients, liberty and immigrants? They brought the country's customs, their language and their ways. They filled the factories to the soil, helped build the USA. Go on and ask your grandma, hear what she has to tell. How great to be American and something else as well. Lovely lady Liberty with her book of recipes and the finest one she's got is the great American melting pot, 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 the great American melting pot. Hey, do you know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution? Hey, learn about the USA. In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers did agree to write a list of principles for keeping people free. The USA was just starting out a whole brand new country, and so our people spelled it out, the things that we should be. And they put those principles down on paper and called it the Constitution. And it's been helping us run our country ever since then. The first part of the Constitution is called the Preamble and tells what those founding fathers set out to do. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers all sat down and wrote a list of principles that's known the world around. The USA was just starting out a whole brand new country, and so our people spelled it out. They wanted a land of liberty.
preamble goes like this.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America, for the United States of America.
The British are coming, the British are coming. Now the ride of Paul Revere set the nation on its ear, and the shot at Lexington heard round the world. When the British fired in the early dawn, the War of Independence had begun. The die was cast, the rebel flag unfurled, and on to Concord marched the foe to seize the arsenal there, you know, waking folks and searching all around. Till our militia stopped them in their tracks. At the old North Bridge we turned them back and chased those redcoats back to Boston town. And the shot heard round the world was the start of the revolution. The Minutemen were ready on the move. Take your powder, take your gun, report to General Washington. Hurry men, there's not an hour to lose. Now at famous Bunker Hill, even though we lost, it was quite a thrill. The rebel Colonel Prescott proved he was wise. Outnumbered and low on ammunition as the British stormed his position, he said, hold your fire till you see the whites of their eyes. Though the next few years were rough, General Washington's men proved they were tough. Those hungry, ragged boys would not be beat. One night they crossed the Delaware, surprised the Hessians in their lair, and at Valley Forge they just bundled up their feet. Now the shot heard round the world was the start of the revolution. The Minutemen were ready on the move. Take your blanket, take your sun, report to General Washington. We've got our rights and now it's time to prove. Well, they showed such determination that they won the admiration of countries across the sea like France and Spain, who loaned the colony ships and guns and put the British on the run and the Continental Army on its feet again. And though they lost some battles too, the Americans swore they'd see it through. Their raiding parties kept up hit and run. At Yorktown, the British could not retreat, bottled up by Washington and the French fleet. Cornwallis surrendered, and finally we had won. Hooray! Long shot heard round the world to the end of the revolution. The Continental rabble took the day, and the father of our country beat the British there at Yorktown and brought freedom to you and me and the USA. God bless America. Let freedom ring.
Gonna have a three-ring circus someday. People will say it's a fine one, son. Gonna have a three-ring circus someday. People will come from miles around. Lions, tigers, acrobats and jugglers and clowns galore. Tightrope walkers, pony riders, elephants and so much more. Guess I got the idea right here at school. Felt like a fool when they called my name, talking about the government and how it's arranged, divided in three like a circus. Ring one, executive, two is legislative, that's Congress. Ring three, judiciary, see it's kinda like my circus. Circus. right up and visit ring number 1. The show's just begun, meet the president. I am here to see that the laws get done. The ringmaster of the government. On with the show! Hurry, hurry, hurry to ring number 2. See what they do in the Congress. Passing laws and juggling bills. Oh, it's quite a thrill in the Congress. Focus your attention on ring number 3. The judiciary's in the spotlight. The courts take the laws and they tame the crimes, balancing the wrongs with your rights. No one part can be more powerful than any other is. Each controls the other, you see, and that's what we call checks and balances. Well, everybody's act is part of the show, and no one's job is more important. The audience is kinda like the country, you know, keeping an eye on their performance. Ring 1, executive. 2 is legislative, that's Congress. Ring 3, judiciary. See, it's kinda like my circus. My circus, I'm gonna have a 3-ring circus someday. People will say it's a fine one, son. But until I get it, I'll do my thing. With government, it's got 3 rings. Every person you can know, and every place that you can go, and anything that you can show, you know they're nouns. A noun's a special kind of word. It's any name you ever heard. I find it quite interesting. A noun's a person, place, or thing. Oh, I took a train to another state. The flora and the fauna that I saw were really great. But when I saw some bandits chasing the train, I was wishing I was back home again. I took a train to another state. Well, every person you can know, like a bandit or an engineer, and every place that you can go, like a state or a home, and anything that you can show, like animals and plants or a train, you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, Mrs. Jones is a lady on Hudson Street. She sent her dog to bark at my brother and me. We gave her dog a big fat bone, and now he barks at Mrs. Jones. She's a lady who lives on Hudson Street. Well, every person you can know, Mrs. Jones, a lady or a brother, and every place that you can go, like a street or a corner, and anything that you can show, like a dog or a bone, you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, I took a ferry to the Statue of Liberty. My best friend was waiting there for me. He took an early ferry. We went for a walk on the island, you know, and in the middle of summer it started to snow, and I took a ferry to the Statue of Liberty. Well, every person you can know, like a friend or the captain of a ship, and every place that you can go, an island or a sea, and anything that you can show, like a statue, a ferry, or snow, you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, I put a dime in the drugstore record machine. Oldie Goldie started playing, if you know what I mean. I heard Chubby Checker, he was doing the twist, and the Beatles and the Monkeys, it goes like this. I put a dime in the drugstore record machine. Well, every person you can know, the Beatles and the Monkeys, Chubby Checker, every place that you can go, like a neighborhood or a store, and anything that you can show, like a dime or a record machine, you know they're nouns. A noun's a special kind of word. It's any name you ever heard. I find it quite interesting. A noun's a person, place, or thing. A noun is a person, place, or thing.
Like a butterfly or like a bee, like an ant as busy as can be. These little words we call the busy peas.
Preposition.
9 or 10 of them do most all of the work.
Of, on, to, with, in, from, by, for, at, over, across.
And many others do their job, which is simply to connect their noun or pronoun object to some other word in the sentence. Busy peas, if you please.
On the top is where you are.
The top relates to where.
With a friend you'll travel far.
With a friend you'll go.
If you try, you know that you can fly over the rainbow.
Over the rainbow is where you can fly. Busy prepositions, always on the go. Like a bunch of busy bees, floating pollen on the breeze, buzzing over the meadows, beyond the forest, through the trees, into the beehive. Busy, busy bees.
Beyond, over, on, through.
Busy prepositions, always out in front. On the edges, in the crack, around the corner, from the back, in between the action, stating clearly to your satisfaction the location and direction. Prepositions give specific information.
Though little words they are, they never stand alone.
Gathering words behind them, you soon will see how they have grown into a parade. A prepositional phrase with a noun or at least a pronoun bringing up the rear. A little phrase of 2 or 3 or 4 or more words.
Prepositions, attention, forward march.
Busy prepositions, always on the march. Like a horde of soldier ants, inching bravely forward on the slimmest chance that they might better their positions. Busy, busy prepositions.
In the air, on the ground, everywhere.
The sun sank lower in the west. In the west it sank.
And it will rise in the morning and will bring the light of day.
We say the sun comes up in the east every day.
In the east it rises.
Busy prepositions, busy, busy, busy.
On the top is where you are.
On the top.
If you try, you know that you can fly.
Fly where?
Over the rainbow.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
I got 3 favorite cars that get most of my job done.
Conjunction, junction, what's their function?
I got and, but, and, or, they'll get you pretty far. And, that's an additive, like this and that. But, that's sort of the opposite. Not this, but that. And then there's or, O-R. When you have a choice like this or that. And, but, and, or, get you pretty far.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up 2 boxcars and making them run right. Milk and honey, bread and butter, peas and rice.
Hey, that's nice.
Dirty but happy, digging and scratching, losing your shoe and a button or 2. He's poor but honest, sad but true. Boo-hoo!
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up 2 cars to 1 when you say something like this. Choice, either now or later, or no choice. Neither now nor ever.
Hey, that's clever.
Eat this or that, grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up phrases and clauses that balance like out of the frying pan and into the fire. He cut loose the sandbags, but the balloon wouldn't go any higher. Let's go up to the mountains or down to the seas. You should always say thank you or at least say please.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses in complex sentences like, in the mornings when I'm usually wide awake, I love to take a walk through the gardens and down by the lake, where I often see a duck and a drake. And I wonder as I walk by just what they'd say if they could speak. Although I know that's an absurd thought.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up cars and making them function.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
I like tying up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, watch that function.
I'm gonna get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very careful.
When Reginald was home with flu, the doctor knew just what to do. He cured the infection with one small injection, while Reginald uttered some interjections.
Hey, that's smart. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, that's not fair, giving a guy a shot down there.
Interjections.
Hey,
excitement.
Yeah, ouch.
They're generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point, or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. Though Geraldine played hard to get, Geraldo knew he'd woo her. Yes, he showed his affection despite her objections, and Geraldine hollered some interjections.
Well, you've got some nerve. Oh, I've never been so insulted in all my life. Hey, you're kind of cute.
Interjections.
Well,
excitement or emotion.
Hey.
Generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point, or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. So when you're happy,
Hooray!
or sad, or frightened, or mad,
Rat.
or excited, wow, or glad,
Hey!
an interjection starts a sentence right. The game was tied at 7-all, when Franklin found he had the ball. He made a connection in the other direction, and the crowd started shouting out interjections.
Oh, you threw the wrong way.
Darn, you just lost the game.
Hooray, I'm for the other team.
Interjections.
Oh,
excitement,
darn.
emotion.
Hooray!
Generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point, or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. So when you're happy,
Hooray!
or sad, or frightened,
Or
mad,
rat.
or excited, wow, or glad,
Hey!
an interjection starts a sentence right. Interjections.
Hey!
Show excitement
Hey!
or emotion.
Hey!
They're generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point, or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. Interjections show excitement or emotion. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Darn, that's the end.
Ready, Pop? Yep. Ready, son?
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Let's go.
1, 2.
Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Lolly, 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 got some adverbs here. Come on down to Lolly's, get the adverbs here. You're going to need if you write or read or even think about it. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Got a lot of lolly jolly adverbs here. Anything you need and we can make it absolutely clear. An adverb is a word.
That's all it is, and there's a lot of them.
That modifies a verb.
Sometimes a verb, sometimes.
It modifies an adjective or else another adverb. And so you see that it's positively very, very necessary. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Father, son, and lolly selling adverbs here. Got a lot of adverbs and we make it clear. So come to Lolly.
Hello, folks. This is Lolly Sr. saying we have every adverb in the book, so come on down and look.
Hello, folks. Lolly Jr. here. Suppose your house needs painting. How are you going to paint it? That's where the adverb comes in. We can also give you a special intensifier so you can paint it very neatly or rather sloppily.
Oh, hi. Suppose you're going nut gathering. Your buddy wants to know where and when. Use an adverb and tell him.
Get your adverb, use it with an adjective, it says much more. Anything described can be described some more. Anything you'd ever need is in the store. And so you choose very carefully every word you use. Use it with a verb, it tells us how you did. Where it happened, where you're going, where you've been. Use it with another adverb, that's the end. And even more. How, where, or when, condition or reason. These questions are answered when you use an adverb.
Come and get it,
Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Quickly, 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 get those adverbs here. Slowly, surely, really learn your adverbs here. You're going to need them if you read them, if you write or talk or think about them, Lolly.
If it's an adverb, we have it at Lolly's. Bring along your old adjectives, too, like slow, soft, and sure. We'll fit them out with our LY attachment and make perfectly good adverbs out of them.
Get your adverbs here.
Lots of good tricks at Lolly's, so come on down.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
Adverbs deal with manner, place, time.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
Condition, reason.
Father, son, and lolly.
Comparison, contrast.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
Enrich your language with adverbs.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
Besides, they're absolutely free.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
At your service.
Indubitably.
A friend named Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla, and I could say that Rufus found a kangaroo that followed Rufus home, and now that kangaroo belongs to Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla. Whew, I could say that, but I don't have to, because I got pronouns I can say. He found a kangaroo that followed him home, and now it is his. You see, huh? He, him, and his are pronouns replacing the noun. Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla, a very proper noun, and it is a pronoun replacing the noun kangaroo. How come? Now Rufus has a sister named Raffaella Gabriella Sarsaparilla. If she found a kangaroo, I'd say to you, she found a kangaroo that followed her home, and now it is hers. But I can't say that, because she found an aardvark that fell in love with her, and they're so happy. And my name's Albert Andreas Samadilla, no relation to the sarsaparillas. Because of pronouns I can say, I wish she would find a rhinoceros for me, and we'd be happy. You see, a pronoun was made to take the place of a noun, cause saying all those nouns over and over can really wear you down. Now I can tell you Raffaella Gabriella and Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla and Albert Andreas Armadillo found an aardvark, a kangaroo, and a rhinoceros. And now that aardvark and that kangaroo and that rhinoceros belong respectively to Raffaella Gabriella Sarsaparilla and Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla and Albert Andreas Armadillo. Because of pronouns I can say in this way, we found them and they found us, and now they are ours, and we're so happy. Thank you, pronoun. You see, a pronoun was made to take the place of a noun, cause saying all those nouns over and over can really wear you down. Sometimes when we take them all on the bus, people really raise a fuss. They start shouting out a lot of pronouns at us, like, who brought that rhinoceros on this bus, and what made that horrible noise, and which one of them's getting off first? Who, what, and which are special pronouns that can ask a question in a sense where you do not know the name of the noun. But I know, I have mine and she has hers, and he has his and you have yours. They love us and we love them. What's ours is theirs, that's how it is with friends. And pronouns, you are really friends, yeah. Cause saying all those nouns over and over can really wear you down. This is the tale of Mr. Morton. Mr. Morton is who? He is the subject of our tale, and the predicate tells what Mr. Morton must do. Mr. Morton walked down the street. Mr. Morton walked. Mr. Morton talked to his cat. Mr. Morton talked. Hello, cat. You look good. Mr. Morton was lonely. Mr. Morton was. Mr. Morton is the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says he does. Mr. Morton knew just one girl. Mr. Morton knew. Mr. Morton grew flowers for Pearl. Mr. Morton grew. Mr. Morton was very shy. Mr. Morton was. Mr. Morton is the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says he does. The subject is a noun. That's a person, place, or thing. It's who or what the sentence is about. And the predicate is the verb. That's the action word that gets this subject up and out. Mr. Morton wrote Pearl a poem. Mr. Morton wrote. Pearl replied in the afternoon. Pearl replied by a note. Mr. Morton was very nervous. Mr. Morton was. Mr. Morton is the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says he does. The cat stretched, the sun beat down, a neighbor chased his kid. Come here, kid, come on. Each sentence is completed when you know what the subject did. Mr. Morton knocked on her door. Mr. Morton knocked. Mr. Morton sat on her porch. Yes, he just sat there and rocked. Mr. Morton was a nervous man. When she opened up the door, he ran. Mr. Morton climbed up his stairs. Mr. Morton climbed. Mr. Morton rhymed pretty words. Mr. Morton rhymed. Mr. Morton was lonely. Mr. Morton was, until Pearl showed up with a single rose. Who says women can't propose? Now Mr. Morton is happy, and Pearl and the cat are too. They're the subject of the sentence, and what the predicate says, they do.
Get my thing in action. To be, to see, to feel, to live.
That's what's happening.
I put my heart in action. To run, to go, to get, to give.
You're what's happening.
That's where I find satisfaction, yeah.
Yeah.
To search, to find, to have, to hold.
To be bold.
When I use my imagination, I think, I plot, I plan, I dream, turning in towards creation. I make, I write, I dance, I sing, when I'm feeling really active. I run, I ride, I swim, I fly, other times when life is easy. I rest, I sleep, I sit, I lie.
That's what's happening.
I can take a noun and bend it, give me a noun.
That's both break and plow.
Make it a verb and really send it.
Show me how.
Oh, I don't know my own power. I get my thing in action, in being, and doing, and saying. A verb expresses action, being or a state of being.
A verb makes a statement.
Yeah, a verb tells it like it is. I can tell you when it's happening.
Past, present, future tense.
Tell you more about what's happening.
Say it so it makes some sense.
Oh, I can tell you who is happening.
Verb, you're so intense.
Hey, every sentence has a subject.
Noun, person, place, or thing.
Find that subject, where's the action?
Verb can make a subject sing.
Take a subject. What is it? What's done to it? What does it say? Ooh, I can question like, what is it? I can order like, go get it. When I hit, I need an object. Ooh, when I see the object.
Do you see that bird ball?
If you can see it, then put the ball on the fence, man. Go ahead on. Yeah, all right. What? He hit it. It's going. It's going. It's going. What? I get my thing in action. To work, to play, to live, to love.
Got home from camping last spring. Saw people, places, and things. We barely had arrived. Friends asked us to describe the people, places, and every last thing. So we unpacked our adjectives. I unpacked frustrating first. Reached in and found the word worst. Then I picked soggy and next I picked froggy and then I was ready to tell them my tale. 'Cause I'd unpacked my adjectives. Adjectives are words you use to really describe things. Handy words to carry around. Days are sunny or they're rainy. Boys are dumb or else they're brainy. Adjectives can show you which way. Adjectives are often used to help us compare things. To say how thin, how fat, how short, how tall. Girls who are tall get taller. Boys who are small can get smaller. Till one is the tallest and other's the smallest of all. We hiked along without care. Then we ran into a bear. He was a hairy bear. He was a scary bear. We beat a hasty retreat from his lair and described him with adjectives.
Whoa! Boy, that was one big ugly bear.
You can even make adjectives out of the other parts of speech, like verbs or nouns. All you have to do is tack on an ending, like ick or ish or eric. For example, this boy can grow up to be a huge man, but still have a boyish face. Boy is a noun, but the ending ish makes it an adjective, boyish. That describes the huge man's face. Get it? Next time you go on a trip, remember this little tip. The minute you get back, they'll ask you this and that. You can describe people, places, and things. Simply unpack your adjectives. You can do it with adjectives. Tell them about it with adjectives. You can shout it with adjectives.
You know I love country music and I practice daily on my out-of-tune cockamamie ukulele. But my daily ukulele playing ain't gonna get me far. I need a guitar, an amp, and some quadraphonics, and several $100s worth of electronics if I'm ever gonna get to be a country western star. Gotta get me some dollars and cents, dollars and cents. Them greenback bills with the pictures of the presidents.
Now I hear you squawking, Miss Becky Sue. Why don't you drop by the bank and I'll explain to you how you can make more dollars if you use a little common sense. Chill out, young lady, no need to fret. Although you can't afford to buy that new equipment yet, you got a couple $100 saved up in your birthday stash. Why not deposit them dollars in the bank instead? Then at the end of the year you come out way ahead, because the bank will pay you money in exchange for the use of your cash. And that's called interest. You're making money that way, and you can buy that gear about a year from today.
Saving sounds mighty nifty, Mr. Banker dude. You know I'd like to be thrifty, but I ain't in the mood. I'm inspired and I'm writing me a brand new country song. I got a lot of country western in my blood, like Reba and Loretta and Winona Judd. Gotta get me that equipment and I ain't about to wait too long. Gotta get me some dollars and cents, dollars and cents. Them greenback bills with the pictures of the presidents. So please, Mr. Banker, won't you tell me how I can get my mitts on some money right now? 'Cause waiting for my dollars really doesn't seem to make much sense.
Why, sure, Becky Sue, I can give you a hand. I can lend you the money, but you must understand, when you borrow from the bank, then you gotta pay it back on time. And when you're done paying back every dollar that's due, you will find you paid them back a little extra too. For every dollar you borrow, you gotta pay the bank $1.10. Again, that's interest, and it's just a fee you pay to use the money that you borrow from me.
We're talking about dollars and cents, dollars and cents.
Them greenback bills with the pictures of the presidents. Since life is one experience that spares us no expense, gotta use them dollars with a little bit of common sense. We gotta use them dollars with a little bit of common sense.
Are you sure Dolly Parton started this way?
Dad? $7.50 once a week. They pay me $7.50 once a week. You see me walking tall down at the shopping mall, 'cause I'm making $7.50 once a week. Now every Monday morning when I get my pay, I'm feeling very rich indeed. I got a pocket full of money I can spend each day, so I can pay for all the stuff I need. I got a great start, but here's the hard part. I got to plan for every expense, 'cause every nickel counts when your entire allowance is only $7.50. But I do like to live it up. Every day after lunch at school, I treat myself to an ice cream sandwich. At 50 cents a piece, that comes to $2.50 every week. But that's okay, I got $5 left. I'm still ahead of the game. I start with $7.50 at the top. My favorite bubble gum is 60 cents a pop. I got to choose and plan and do the best I can. I think I'm gonna have to learn to shop. By just comparing prices, I could save a lot. I spent $2 for a bite to eat. This chicken enchilada really hits the spot, but it's on sale for 50 cents across the street. Now I would like to try a slice of pizza pie, but I am high and dry, it's no joke. I should have planned ahead, I spent it all instead. My allowance is gone, and I am broke. When you get $7.50 once a week, sometimes the situation seems a little bleak. 'Cause it's a drag at the mall when you got no cash at all. You're down the tube, you're up the creek. Well, there goes my allowance. I didn't plan ahead, I made some bad choices, and I compared prices too late. I guess I'll have to find a way to earn some more, but that shouldn't be too hard. Maybe I can do an extra household chore, like wash the car or mop the floor, or maybe help clean up the backyard. I'll get my spending plan, I'll get my shopping done, and still have cash on hand that I can spend on fun. I still get $7.50 once a week, but now I learned some money management technique. And I can save enough to buy some real cool stuff, and I made my little fortune, so to speak, on only $7.50 once a week. That's my allowance. $7.50 once a week. I balanced my budget.
Welcome to the new variety, sit and relax. I'm that song and dance phenomenon, Max. Let me sing for you, do my thing for you till they give me the axe. Here's the song I'm doing, gonna fill you in on tax. Tax is that familiar melody, simple and true. Hum it if you've earned $1 or $2. Bucks are being spent by the government for whatever they do. Anyone who earns a living gives more than a few. So our schools can be their best. So our roads will have no cracks. Someone fix those train tracks. I hear you calling Uncle and I'm paying my tax. Oh, these are my girls. Hello, girls.
Oh, Max, nice outfit. There are many different ways that we pay what we owe.
Ladies, if you'll form a lovely tableau.
Income, property, sales, utility,
Candy bars at my show.
licenses for dogs and cats.
And it's not all you know. Out of almost every dollar a person can make, city, state, and federal governments take what they think is fair. You give in your share now, and then there's a break. Max is talking taxes. Hey, have I kept you awake?
For the things your town may need, for the things the country lacks. All good things take greenbacks. We hear you calling Uncle and we're paying our tax. People do complain, say their taxes are high. What am I to get in return?
Look around, your friend. Max is showing you why.
With your taxes you support how we live and how we learn.
Now here's the good news. Many things are tax deductible, which means their cost can be subtracted from the amount of income you'll be taxed on. Things like medicine, doctor bills, and supplies for your work. So keep those receipts. Be kind to your parents at tax time. And remember, April 15th.
April 15th. What a showman you are, Max. Entertaining us with tax. In those snazzy plaid slacks.
These slacks are for my business. I tell you, I'll deduct them. I hear you calling Uncle and I'll pay in my tax.
His tax, our Max.
And I'm deducting my sacks.
The check's in the mail. The check is in the mail, and it ought to be there Tuesday without fail. If you have got a bill to pay or something you need to buy, just type the check and send it off in the mail. Millions of Americans go out every day with a checkbook in their purse. They might have a little cash to pay for their lunch and a little to get home on the bus. But if they suddenly decide to make a purchase or shop, they whip it out and write out the exact amount with some ID. Then they sign it and they walk out with the stuff that they paid for with their checking account. The check's in the mail. The check is in the mail, and it ought to be there Wednesday without fail. When you need to send some money to what business folk do, just write a check and send it off in the mail. Every month you've got a little bundle to pay, like the rent, the lights, the phone, and the car. Write them out for each amount and send them away with an envelope and stamp they'll go far. It really is a safer way for you to pay all your bills, and so you ought to open up your own account. Your check is just a written order, only you can write that tells your bank to pay someone a certain amount. The check's in the mail, the check is in the mail, and it ought to be there Thursday without fail. You can keep your money moving with the flick of the wrist, and you're happy that the check's in the mail.
Now you may wonder what happens when you send a check to someone and how it gets back to your bank. Well, that someone deposits your check into their account, and then through an electronic flow of digital information, your check is cleared by a central bank and comes back to your bank, where at that point the amount is deducted from your account and paid over to theirs.
So it's obvious that you gotta keep enough money in your checking account to stay in the black. Otherwise, you'll write a hot check and that sucker's gonna bounce. And that's illegal.
Once a month, your bank will send a statement to you, so you'll know just where you stand. Listing all your checks and charges and deposits too, to help you stay ahead and keep things in hand. And you should learn to be real careful with your checkbook and your checks and keep track of every little amount. Now you compare your figures with the banks, and if it all adds up, then you can say that you have balanced your account. The check's in the mail, the check is in the mail, and it's got to be there Friday without fail. But just remember that you got to have some income coming in before you send out all those checks in the mail. I'm sure it'll be there next week sometime.
When we lived in caves, there were no shopping malls, and people's manners were Neanderthal. No bodegas, no delis, no corner stores. Shopping trips turned into tugs of war. When not having pull got this man mangled, he thought he'd try an easier angle. I'll give you this for that for this. We'll make a trade called barter. I'll give you this for that for this. We'll have it made with barter. Now barter worked well, at least in theory, but a wallet full of yaks could make you weary. Making change for a cow wasn't easy to master unless you were ready for an utter disaster. Shiny shells were far more portable. Why not use them for what's affordable? I'll give you this for that for this. With shiny shells, why barter? I'll give you this for that for this. Shelling out shells is smarter. For farmers in ancient Mesopotamia, the barley they grew was the money mania. When hauling big sacks put their backs in traction, they invented coins to lighten transactions. Now when a man had a debt to settle, he'd dig out some coins made of precious metal. I'll give you this for that for this. Silver or gold or copper. I'll give you this for that for this. With coins you're a smarter shopper. Then China made money even more desirous, printing it on paper made of crushed papyrus. Take one from column A and one from column B. The Chinese paid their checks in paper currency. When Columbus set out on that famous charter, he had no paper money, so he had to barter. He took along some beads for currency, so barter played a part in our discovery. Balboa and Pizarro and Sebastian Cabot, even Coronado had the trading habit. I'll give you this for that for this. They loaded up with gold then parted. I'll give you this for that for this. And soon the whole world was charted. Today we use cash and spend with ardor, but that doesn't mean we don't still barter. When a football team needs an all-pro guard, or a kid like you is into trading cards, take this for that for this. Bills and coins are smarter, but when you pay for that, remember this. It all started out with barter.
To your left, folks, is the Washington Monument. To your right, the White House. And over there, just beyond the Capitol, is the national debt.
Whoa! Wow! There's something huge, red, white, and blue that's grazing in D.C. It's gobbling up the taxes that are paid by you and me. It doesn't seem to notice we really can't afford the billions that it's costing us to pay its room and board. It doesn't roam, but seems content to dwell on Capitol Hill. As long as trucks keep pulling up with tons of greenback bills, we got to feed the big guy. We really can't forget. It has an awesome appetite, Tyrannosaurus debt.
The debt was born in 1790 when our new government took over $75 million the colonies spent in the Revolutionary War.
We've got to feed the monster so it doesn't get upset. It's got an awesome appetite, Tyrannosaurus debt.
Alexander Hamilton, our first Secretary of the Treasury, he's on the 10, you know, wanted a federal debt to provide a reason to establish taxes to support our new nation.
The debt was young, they kept it small, they didn't know back then. In 1812, another war would make it grow again. By 66, the Civil War had cost the nation millions. The government in Washington now had a debt of billions.
The Civil War ran up a debt of almost $3 billion that still wasn't paid off by World War I.
We're spending money we don't have, or so it would appear. The deficit is that amount we overspend each year. Though congressmen and senators make vows to cut its size, despite their honest efforts, the debt just seems to rise.
Now the debt's over $5 trillion and still growing.
A balanced budget would be great to spend within our means and stop the monster in its tracks before we bust our seams. It feeds on just the interest. Its appetite is whet. It never ever stops to rest. Tyrannosaurus debt.
And this is the U.S. Treasury. It sells treasury bonds, bills and notes, and savings bonds to finance the debt. The U.S. government promises to pay the owner interest plus the value of each bond at a future date.
We've got to try to tame the debt and bring it down to size. To let it grow unchecked like this is certainly unwise. The debt's a monster problem that we really can't ignore. I guess we should be grateful that it's not a carnivore. We got to keep on servicing our $1 trillion pet. It's got a monster appetite, Tyrannosaurus debt. A fiscal misadventure with $1 trillion dentures, Tyrannosaurus debt.
Feeding time is all the time.
Extra, extra, latest Wall Street prices!
It's a quarter. Keep the change. You gotta be cool when you're walking on Wall Street. Like going to school, you'll learn a lot every day. And this is the rule when you're walking on Wall Street. Buy low, sell high, take a piece of the pie. That's the Wall Street way. When you use your money to make more money, that's called an investment. When you invest in a corporation, that means you own your own share of it. The companies that manufacture things we use, like telescopes and videos and high-top shoes, are looking for investors such as me and you, so we can own shares in the company too. That's called stock. Smart investors look to buy stock in a company that's going up in value. Here's a stock that's looking mighty good, I think. Whiz Bang Cola, that's my favorite drink. Looks as if their sales are going up sky high. Better call my broker and tell him to buy. Hello, Leroy. This is Lester the investor. Whiz Bang Cola's going up. Buy some stock for me.
Okay, Lester, confirming your order. Buy Whiz Bang Cola at 8 1/4.
All right. You gotta be smart when you're walking on Wall Street. So just for a start, I check the paper each day. First I read the comics, then I check the sports, and then I take a look at the market reports to see if my stock is riding low or high, so I know when to sell and I know when to buy. Uh-oh, here's a dime. Keep the change. Stock prices go up and down, so smart investors like me buy a little at a time every month. That way we can watch the ups and downs average out in the long run. Leroy calls that dollar cost averaging. I don't want to get hurt when I'm walking on Wall Street. I could lose my shirt, not to mention my cash. So I stay alert when I'm walking on Wall Street. Buy low, sell high, take my piece of the pie.
Read all about it, latest Wall Street flash. Whiz Bang Cooley's on the rise.
Well, I came out ahead, and I'm swinging on Wall Street. And just like I said, I'm learning more every day. So remember the rule.
when you're walking on Wall Street. Buy low, sell high, take your piece of the pie.
Here's $1. Keep the change. That's the Wall Street way.
Dad, how come you and Mom can't pay for me to go on my band trip to the Rose Bowl parade? Don't you make a ton of money?
I don't know about that, but we do have a ton of expenses.
Like what? Isn't there something here we can do without?
We could stop buying groceries, but that might be a mistake. 'Cause eating is a habit I'd be loath to try and break. We could stop paying income tax, but they might send me to jail. And if we don't pay the mortgage, then they'll take our house. Then where would we get our mail? If not for all these bills and taxes, our income would more than suffice. I feel like a real big cheese until everybody takes a slice. And I don't want to bore you with my troubles or my woes. Still, you're old enough to know where the money goes. We don't have to pay for furniture if you want to learn upholstering. We don't really need to pay the phone bill. We can use tin cans and a string. It's bedtime. We'd never have to pay to paint the house if we went off and lived in a cave. And if you're planning on inheriting $1 million, then there's really no need to save. We'd make a decent living, that's true. But we have to pay these bills when they come due. Please observe this illustration, which irrefutably shows exactly how and where the money goes. You know, if you could help us cut down on some of these expenses, I bet we could save enough for you to go on that trip.
What could I do?
We could really lower the phone bill. If you limit the length of your call.
Bye.
You could probably put some money in your savings bank. If you skip one trip to the mall, we'd spend a little less on electricity if you turn off the lights when you leave. And we could save a lot on our laundry bills if you'd watch where you put your sleeve. You could bring a little in with a part-time job. All we ask is that you do your best. If you earn a little here and save a little there, we'll try to come up with the rest. We can't stop the money from trickling out, but we can control how it flows. And we can start by being aware of where the money goes.
All right. Well, that's the second block there. We had the money block, and then we had stuff before that, and a whole bunch of stuff coming up still. All right, we're going to take a short commercial break and then come back for the last part of the Schoolhouse Rock here. Stay tuned.
Save the zero for the end, he could count and multiply by 12s just now. If man had been born with 6 fingers on each hand, he'd also have 12 toes, or so the theory goes. Well, with 12 fingers, he probably would have invented 2 more digits when he invented his number system. Then, if he'd saved the zero for the end, he could count and multiply by 12s just as easy as you and I do by 10s. had been born with 6 fingers on each hand, he'd probably count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Dec, L, Do. Dec and L being 2 entirely new signs meaning 10 and 11, single digits. And his 12, Do, would have been written 1, 0. Get it? That'd be swell to multiply by 12.
Hey, little 12 toes, I hope you're well. Must be some far-flung planet where you dwell. If we were together, you could be my cousin. Down here we call them a dozen. Hey, little 12 toes, please come back home.
Now, if men had been born with 6 fingers on each hand, his children would have them too. And when they played hide-and-go-seek, they'd count by 6s fast. And when they studied piano, they'd do their 6-finger exercises. And when they went to school, they'd learn the golden rule and how to multiply by 12 easily. Just put down the 0. But me, I have to learn it the hard way. Let me see now. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 12 is 48. 5 times 12 is 60. 6 times 12 is 72. 7 times 12 is 84. 8 times 12 is 96. 9 times 12 is 108. 10 times 12 is 120. 11 times 12 is 132. And 12 times 12 is 144.
Hey, little 12 toes, I hope you're thriving. Some of us 10-toed folks are still surviving. If you help me with my 12s, I'll help you with your 10s. And we could all be friends, little 12 toes. Please come back home. 40 days and 40 nights, didn't it rain, children? Not a speck of land in sight, didn't it rain? But Noah built the ark so tight, they sailed on, children. And when at last the waters receded, and the dove brought back the olive tree leaf, he landed that ship near Mount Ararat, and one of his children grabbed Noah's robe and said,
Hey, Dad, how many animals on this old ark anyway, huh?
Elementary, my dear, 2 times 2 is 4. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 3 is 6. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 4 is 8. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 1 is 2, of course, and it must occur to you. You get an even number every time you multiply by 2. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 6 is 12. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 7 is 14. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 8 is 16. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 10 is 20. 11 twice is 22. Double 12, that's 24. 13 twice is 26. 14 twice is 28. 15 twice is 30. Now you build it up on 30. 16 twice is 32. Elementary. 17 twice is 34. Elementary. 18 twice is 36. Elementary. 19 twice is 38. Elementary. 20 twice is 40, and it must occur to you. You can double any number, all you do is multiply by 2. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 2 is 4. Woo. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 3 is 6. Yeah. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 4 is 8. Woo. Elementary, my dear, 2 times 5 is 10. Yeah. Now, if you want to multiply 2 times 174, or some big number like that, 2 times 174 equals 2 times 100 plus 2 times 70 plus 2 times 4. That's all. So 2 times 174 equals 200 plus 140 plus 8 are 348. It's elementary. 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 Twice 32 is 64. Elementary. Twice 33 is 66. Elementary. Twice 34 is 68. Elementary. Twice 35 is 70. Elementary. Yeah, yes, it's elementary. Yeah. Now,
What's 2 times 98?
Oh, that's hard.
No, it's very simple. 2 times 98 equals 2 times 100 minus 2 times 2. That's 200 minus 4, 196. Elementary.
40 days and 40 nights, didn't it rain, children?
Figure 8 is double 4. Figure 4 is half of 8. If you skate, you would be great if you could make a figure 8. That's a circle that turns round upon itself. 1 times 8 is 2 times 4. 4 times 4 is 2 times 8. If you skate upon thin ice, you'd be wise if you thought twice before you made another single move. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 8 is 32, and 5 times 8 is 40, you know. 6 times 8 is 48, 7 times 8 is 56, 8 times 8 is 64, 9 times 8 is 72, and 10 times 8 is 80, that's true. 11 times 8 is 88, and 12 times 8 is 96. Now here's a chance to get off on your new math tricks. 'Cause 12 times 8 is the same as 10 times 8 plus 2 times 8. 80 plus 16, 96. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 8 is 32. And 5 times 8 is 40, you know. Figure 8 as double 4. Figure 4 is half of 8. If you skate, you would be great if you could make a figure 8. That's a circle that turns round upon itself. Place it on its side and it's a symbol meaning infinity.
I got 6, that's all there is.
6 times 1 is 6. 1 times 6.
He got 6, I put mine with his, and we got 12.
6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 6.
I got 6, you got 6, she got 6. We got 18 all together, if we can get them all together.
6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 6.
I got 6 in my right hand, 6 in my left hand, 6 on my head. You got 6 in your pocket, put them all on the floor, that's 24.
6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 6.
I got 6 red hens, they laid 5 eggs each. All the eggs hatched out and the yard was full of 30 little chicks.
6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 6.
One fine day, they all started in to lay. I got 36 eggs and I took them in the house and I put them in boxes. 6 eggs each, 6 boxes.
Oh, 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 6.
Going to the candy store. I take 6 of these and 6 of those and 6 of them and 6 of the others. And also 6 of the red and 6 of the white and 6 of the blue. I put them in one bag. That's 42.
6 times 7 is 42.
7 times 6.
Oh, I'm throwing down that, picking up 6. tricks is in this league.
6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 6. 9 hungry men had $6 each.
Oh.
And that's $54, but they were out of luck. $54 won't buy dinner downtown, not for 9. Then there were 6 hungry men. They had $9 each.
Yeah.
And they went downtown, and the waiter said, sit down. Oh, it makes a big difference how you spread it around.
6 times 9 is 54. 9 times 6.
See that prince over there, huh? The one with the fuzzy hair. He's got 6 rings on every finger. He don't wash no dishes, not with 60 diamonds.
6 times 10 is 60. 10 times 6.
He brought along 11 camels. Ain't that nice?
Ain't that nice?
Each one loaded down with 6 casks of oil and spices. Brought quite a price.
6 times 11 is 66. 11 times 6.
He had 12 wives. He better be rich. Each one had 6 kids, 6 children each.
6 times 12 is 72. 12 times 6.
But me, I got 6.
I got 6.
That's all there is.
That's all there is.
6 times 1 is 6.
6 times 1 is 6.
1 times 6.
1 times 6.
I got 6.
I got 6.
That's all there is.
That's all there is.
Now you can call me Lucky, 'cause Lucky's my name. Singing and dancing, that's my game. I never did a whole day's work in my life, still everything seemed to turn out right. Like a grasshopper on a summer's day, I just love to play and pass the time away. 'Cause I was born 'neath a lucky star. They said I'd go far, making people happy, that's my favorite game. Lucky 7 is my natural name. Slipping and sliding my whole life through, still I get everything done that I got to do. 'Cause I was born 'neath a lucky star. School is where you are? Oh, that's not hard. Let me show you something. You multiply 7 times 1. I got 7 days to get that problem done. Multiply 7 times 2. Take 14 laughs when you're feeling blue. Multiply 7 times 3. A 21-day vacation, you can play with me. Multiply 7 times 4. You got 28 days, that's a 1 month more to pay the mortgage on your store. Don't worry, something will turn up, yeah. Multiply 7 times 5. I don't know how you did it, but man alive, that's 35. Multiply 7 times 6. Grab a stick and make a 42, clickety clicks. Multiply 7 times 7. Take 49 steps right up to 7th heaven. Multiply 7 times 8. They got 56 of flavors and I just can't wait. Multiply 7 times 9. 63 musicians, all friends of mine. Multiply 7 times 10. And that brings you right back to 70 again. You know, I think that's important. There's a trick there somewhere. Multiply 7 times 11. Even a rabbit knows that's 70 plus 7. Multiply 7 times 12. You got 84. And isn't that swell? I'm gonna try 7 times 13 just for fun. 70 plus 21. 7 times 14 must be great. Well, exactly, that's a 70 plus 28. 7 times 15, man alive, that's 70 plus 35, 105. Man, this stuff is simple, no jive. You got it. Now I gotta fly. Excuse me, folks, I'm saying goodbye. I sure do thank you for the huckleberry pie. Take it home, boys. Remember, Lucky 7 Samson, that's my natural born name. If you should ask me again, I'd have to tell you the same. You'll wake up tomorrow, you'll be glad that I came, 'cause you'll be singing one of the songs that I sang. So keep a happy outlook and be good to your friend, and maybe I'll pass this way again. Maybe. Bye.
Zero?
Yeah. 0 is a wonderful thing. In fact, 0 is my hero.
How can Zero be a hero?
Well, there are all kinds of heroes, you know. A man can get to be a hero for a famous battle he fought, or by studying very hard and becoming a weightless astronaut. And then there
there are heroes of other sorts, like the heroes we know from watching sports. But a hero doesn't have to be a grown-up person, you know. A hero can be a very big dog who comes to your rescue, or a very little boy who's smart enough to know what to do. But let me tell you about my favorite hero.
My hero, Zero, such a funny little hero, but till you came along, we counted on our fingers and toes. Now you're here to stay, and nobody really knows how wonderful you are. Why we could never reach a star without you, Zero, my hero. How wonderful you are.
What's so wonderful about a zero? It's nothing, isn't it?
Sure, it represents nothing alone.
But place a zero after one, and you've got yourself a 10. See how important that is. When you run out of digits, you can start all over again. See how convenient that is. That's why with only 10 digits, including zero, you can count as high as you could ever go. Forever towards infinity. No one ever gets there, but you can try. With 10 billion zeros, from the cavemen till the heroes who invented you, they counted on their fingers and toes.
Maybe some sticks and stones,
Or rocks and bones.
their neighbors' toes.
Yeah, and nobody really knows how wonderful you are. Why we could never reach the star without you, Zero, my hero. Zero, how wonderful you are. Place 1 0 after any number, and you've multiplied that number by 10. See how easy that is. Place 2 zeros after any number, and you've multiplied that number by 100. See how simple that is.
Place 3 zeros after any number, and you've multiplied that number by 1,000,
etc., etc., ad infinitum, ad astra, forever and ever. With zero, my hero, how wonderful you are.
Number 9 will put you on the spot. Number 9 will tie you up in a knot. When you're trying, multiplying by 9, you might give it everything you've got and still be stopped. If you don't know some secret way you can check on, you'll break your neck on naughty number 9. Now the first thing to keep in mind when you're multiplying by 9 is that it's 1 less than 10. You see, 9 is the same as 10 minus 1. So you could multiply your number by 10 and then subtract the number from the result, and you'd get the same product as if you'd multiplied by 9 and you knew it. I mean, 8 times 9 is 80 minus 8. And 7 times 9 is 70 minus 7. And 6 times 9 is 60 minus 6. You could use those tricks. 'Cause you must have some secret way you can beat it, or else you'll need it with a naughty number 9. Of course, it doesn't hurt to know the table of 9s by memory. It goes like this. 1 times 9 is 9, and 2 times 9 is 18. Mean old number 9. 3 times 9 is 27, and 4 times 9 is 36. 5 times 9 is 45, and 6 times 9 is 54, and 7 times 9 is 63. 8 times 9 is 72, and 9 times 9 is 81, and 10 sum is always equal to 9, I mean if you add 2 and 7, the digits, you get 9, the digit sum. That's true of any product of 9. If they don't add up, you've made a mistake.
Now, everybody try to find a good hiding place. This old tree is going to be the base. I'm going to close my eyes and hide my face and count to 100 by 5s. Ready? Go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Ready or not, here I come. Apple, peaches, pumpkin pie. Who's not ready? Holler I. Oh, all right, I'll count it again, but you better get hit, kid. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. There. A bushel of wheat and a bushel of rye. Who's not hit? Holler I. 20 nickels makes $1. I didn't hear anybody holler. 5 times 20 is 100. Everybody got to be hit. All eyes open, here I come. Woo! Multiplying by 5 is a little like counting by 5. In fact, if you counted along on your fingers as you counted out loud by 5s, your fingers would tell you how many 5s you've got. Okay, let's count together now. Count on your fingers. 1 finger for each count out loud. Get set, ready, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, stop. 20. You got 4 fingers, see? That means 4 times 5 is 20. Let's try another one. Get set, ready, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, stop. 35. 7 fingers. That's right. 7 times 5 is 35. Okay, let's try a longer one. Now, when you run out of fingers at 50, you see, because 10 times 5 is 50, then start over with the same fingers and remember that you owe 10. Get set, ready, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, stop. 10 and 2, right? That's 12 fingers, and 12 times 5 is 60. See how it works? Now, you may notice that if you multiply 5 by an even number, your product will end in 0. And if you multiply 5 by an odd number, your product will end in 5. Okay, now let's do one more game of counting the 5s on our fingers. This is a long number. Keep going. Get set, ready, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. Stop. 85. 17 fingers. Look at that bar with 17 fingers sticking up. How do you do that, kid? Anyway, 5 times 17 is 85. You see, that's 3 5s short of 100. If you had 3 more nickels, 15 cents, and added the 15 to the 85, you'd get 100, right? Cause 5 times 20 is 100. Everybody got to be hit. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Ready or not? Here I come.
We went to the four-legged zoo to visit our four-footed friends. Lions and tigers, cats and dogs, a goat and a cow and a couple of hogs.
A rhinoceros and, of course, a hippopotamus. And, oh, yes, a horse.
There were elephant lions and a new one, too. Giraffes and elephants, quite a few.
A llama, alpaca, vicoon, and 2 zebras, ibexes, and 1 big kudu. It was swell.
I like the gazelle.
Now, Miss Simpson said,
She teaches school, you know. Yeah, she took us in.
well, Miss Simpson said,
If you counted every head on these quadrupeds, then multiplied that number by 4, we'd know how many feet went through the door if we turned them all loose.
Well, I don't do that.
it's really a groovy zoo.
Anyway, what Miss Simpson said, it was a good chance to work on our fours in our head. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll take a lion.
1 times 4.
He's got 4 legs and maybe a roar.
Give me 2 camels. 2 times 4. 8 legs smoking from the desert floor.
A tiger and a lamb and a fat kudu would have 3 times 4 equals 4 legs too. But we might have to subtract when that tiger rushed through. Four four-footed friends, no matter who, would have 16 legs, and it's always true.
4 times 4 equals 16. 5 times 4 is 20.
Now a coach and 6, if you were Cinderella, would have you home by midnight. If those 24 legs ran fast as light.
6 times 4 equals 24. 7 times 4 equals 28.
If anyone knows that, who cares about 7?
And 8 antelope has 32 legs, 'cause 8 times 4 is 32.
Here come a small herd of buffalo. They say they're getting extinct, you know.
I count nine, that's 36 legs. 9 times 4 equals 36. Here comes a baby buffalo.
That's good, that's 10. But 10 times 4, you know, it's 40. 11 coyotes
11 times 4
went slinking over the prairie floor on all of their legs.
equals 44.
Now 12 times 4 is as high as we go.
12 times 4 equals 48.
But there were so very, very many, many more animals standing there by the gate that we had to use a pencil to count them all.
And we really had fun. We saw everyone. A bear, a cougar, a jackal, a yak, a fox, a deer, and a sweet giraffe.
And I can't remember how many, many more,
But we multiplied them all by 4. And some of them thanked us with a roar.
It's almost as easy as multiplying by 1. Good, 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 11. Yes, 11 almost makes multiplication fun. Some people get up at 7:15. Other people lie bed till 8:45 or 9. But I'm happy just to hang in there till 11. 'Cause 11 has always been a friend of mine. Good 11 never gave me any trouble till after 9. Good, 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 good 11. 11 will always be a friend of mine. Now when you get a chance to multiply by 11, yeah. It's almost as easy as multiplying by 1. You don't even have to use a pencil when you use 11. And 11 almost makes multiplication fun. You know why? Yeah. Because you get those funny looking double-digit doogies as an answer. Like 22, 33, 44, and 55. 66, 77, 80, 80, 90, 90 is your answer. When you multiply 11 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good, 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 good 11. Never gave me any trouble till after 9. Good, 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 good 11. I can always get that answer easy every time. Now 11 times 10 is the same as 10 times 11. 10 times 11, it's 110, no matter what you do. And 121 is the answer to 11 times 11. And 11 times 12 is 132. 11 13s are 143 now. That's a 143. 11 14s are 154. Dig it, it's 154. 165 and 176 are 15 and 16. You better pick up on the pattern, 'cause I ain't got time to tell you anymore. I've got a date with a good 11. She never gave me any trouble till after 9. Good, 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 good 11. Yes, 11 will always be a friend of mine.
is a magic number. Yes, it is. It's a magic number. Somewhere in the ancient mystic trinity, you get 3 as a magic number. The past and the present and the future, faith and hope and charity, the heart and the brain and the body give you 3 as a magic number. It takes 3 legs to make a tripod or to make a table stand. It takes 3 wheels to make a vehicle called a tricycle. Every triangle has 3 corners. Every triangle has 3 sides. No more, no less. You don't have to guess. When it's 3, you can see it's a magic number. A man and a woman had a little baby. Yes, they did. They had 3 in the family. That's a magic number. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30.
Multiply backwards from 3 times 10.
3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 1 is 3, of course.
Now take the pattern once more. 3.
3, 6, 9.
12.
12, 15, 18.
21.
21, 24, 27, 30.
Now multiply from 10 backwards.
3 times 10 is 30.
Going
3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 1. What is it? 3! Yeah, that's a magic number. A man and a woman had a little baby. Yes, they did. They had 3 in the family. That's a magic number. Down, 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 gravity. Help and wash the dishes, and I drop a couple. Why does everything fall down instead of up? Riding up the hill I spill and hit the ground. Wish I could fall up instead of always falling down.
Down, 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 down.
I'm a victim of gravity. Everything keeps falling down on me. No matter where I go, the force is there, I know. Down, 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 down.
It's all around town now.
It's like a magnet deep inside the ground. When I lift something up, I can feel it pulling down.
It pulls me in the pool. It pulls rain down on me.
I'm a victim of down, 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 down gravity. Yeah. Galileo, Galilei. He made experiments with a force he couldn't see. Galileo, that all things came to Earth at the very same speed. Yeah. Galileo, but that was due to gravity.
The moon goes round the earth and shines its silver light. The earth goes round the sun, makes the seasons right.
It is love that makes the world go round, you see.
Power of gravity. But please,
Don't tell Mary Jean.
down, 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 down. Without Earth's gravity to keep us in our place, we'd have no weight at all while being outer space.
The sea would float away and so would fields and towns. Down, 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 down. Yeah. Isaac Newton
says that every object in the universe pulls on every other object. The bigger the object, the stronger the pull. But the greater the distance between the objects, the weaker the pull becomes. Come back, Mary Jean.
Don't call me clumsy, don't call me a fool. When things fall down on me, I'm following the rule that says that what comes up comes down like me. I move it up, down, 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 gravity. Shooby-doo, down, down, down.
There's a great new craze that's sweeping the nation. Come on, do the circulation. Starts with your heart, what a great sensation. Come on, do the circulation. Out through your arteries, in through your veins. Your heart pumps your blood, then it does it again. So come on, everyone, get it on, everyone. The circulation. So come on, everybody, exercise your body for circulation. Circulation, everybody form a circle now. Circulation, like your blood, you just start moving around. Circulation is a function that's so out of sight. And if your feet fall asleep, then you're not circulating right. You got 4 heart parts to pump the blood. Yeah, that's circulation. Left and right ventricle, left and right atrium. Yeah, they do it. They circulate, they pump blood through your lungs for oxygen, and then your arteries take it through to your body, and your veins bring the old blood back to be renewed. Circulation takes nutrition to your cells and gets rid of carbon dioxide and waste as well. Circulation is a function that's so out of sight, and if your hands are cold, then you're not circulating right. Well, your blood is such a life-giving potion. Like a river, it's always in motion. From your head to your toes, doing good as it goes. It's a big, red, beautiful ocean. Now the blood's not bad, it's kind of special. Yeah, come dig it, circulating with red and white corpuscle cells. Yeah, come do it, circulation. Red cells carry oxygen, white cells fight the germs. So come on, come do it, yeah, come do it, circulation. So come on, come do it, if your heart, come do it, circulation. Circulation, everybody form a circle now. Circulation, like your blood, you just start moving around. Circulation is a function that's so out of sight. So come on, look around then, you'll be circulating right. There's a great new craze that's sweeping the nation. Come on, do the circulation. Starts with your heart, what a great sensation. Come do it, circulate out through your arteries and through your veins. Your heart pumps your blood, then it does it again. Come on, everybody get it on, everybody. Circulation. So come on, everybody get it on, everybody. The circulation. The circulation.
When you're in the dark and you want to see, you need a
Electricity, electricity.
flip that switch and what do you get? You get a
Electricity, electricity.
every room can now be lit with just a
Electricity, electricity.
Where do you think it all comes from, this powerful?
Electricity, electricity.
Through high wires to here it comes, they're bringing a
Electricity, electricity.
Every building must be wired to use it.
Electricity, electricity.
Power plants most all use fire to make it.
Electricity, electricity.
Burning fuel and using steam, they generate.
Electricity, electricity.
Turn that generator by any means, you're making a
Electricity, electricity.
A generator is a machine that contains a powerful magnet that creates a magnetic field. When wires are rotated rapidly through this field, then a current of electricity is produced. Now, if we only had a superhero who could stand here and turn the generator real fast, then we wouldn't need to burn so much fuel to make electricity. Benjamin Franklin flying his kite was searching for electricity, electricity. He knew that it had something to do with the light, and it's all electricity, electricity. Rubbing a comb with wool or fur will give you a charge of static electricity. Stroking a cat to make it purr, you're building up static electricity. Electricity. Electricity at rest is called static electricity. Like in the winter, wearing a heavy coat, you get a shock off the doorknob, or you scrape across the carpet and sneak up on your very best friend and zap him on the ear with the shock of electricity. Current flowing to and fro makes a circuit of electricity, electricity. Voltage is the pressure that makes it go. It's pushing up electricity, electricity. Watts will tell you just how much you'll be using electricity, electricity. Powerful stuff, so watch that plug. It's potent. Electricity, electricity. Electricity, electricity, electricity.
They say our solar system is centered round the sun. 9 planets large and small parading by. But somewhere out in space, there's another shining face that you might see some night up in the sky. Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl. The solar system is from a future world. She travels like a rocket with her comet team, and there's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen. No, there's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen. She's been to the sun, it's a lot of fun. It's a hot spot, it's a gas. Hydrogen and helium in a big bright glowing mass. It's a star, it's a star. So Janet got an autograph. Mercury was near the sun, so Janet stopped by. But the mercury on Mercury was much too high. So Janet split for Venus, but on Venus she found she couldn't see a thing for all the clouds around. Earth looked exciting, kinda green and inviting, so Janet thought she'd give it a go. But the creatures on that planet looked so very weird to Janet, she didn't even dare to say hello. It's a bird, it's a plane, why it must be a UFO. But it was Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl. The solar system is from a future world. She travels like a rocket with a comet team, and there's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen. No, there's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen. Mars is red and Jupiter's big, and Saturn shows off its rings. Uranus is built on a funny tilt, and Neptune is its twin. And Pluto, little Pluto, is the farthest planet from our sun. They say our solar system is not alone in space. The universe has endless mystery. Some future astronaut may find out that what he thought a shooting star instead turned out to be. Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl. The solar system is from a future world. She travels like a rocket with a comet team, and there's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen. There's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen.
There's a telegram for you, ma'am.
telegram and the message is clear. It says there's something bugging you and buzzing in your ear. The results can be quite itchy, so what is your reply? Tell your arm to swat that fly. Hey, there's a telegraph line. You got yours and I got mine. It's called the nervous system, and everybody understands those telegram commands, and you know that everybody better listen.
The central nervous system is the brain and the spine. The brain controls the system and the spine is the line. Telegrams come in to tell what's happening to you. Then telegrams go out to tell your body what to do.
There's a telegram for you, sir. Better read it on the spot. It says your hand is near a stove that's very, very hot. The results can be quite painful, and there's no time to think. Quick, pull that hand away and get it through the sink. There's a telegram line. You got yours and I got mine. It's called the nervous system, and everybody understands those telegram commands, and you know that everybody better listen.
Your peripheral nerves, they go all out, delivering those messages your senses send out. From your hearing and touch to your sight and taste and smell, they let your brain react to all the messages they tell.
There's a telegram for you, kid, and it's at an awkward time. It says you've got to go on stage and you forgot your lines. You're gonna be embarrassed cause this telegram's a rush. Your heart starts beating faster and you blush.
Hey, there's a telegraph line. You got yours and I got mine. It's called the nervous system, and everybody understands those telegram commands, and you know that everybody better listen. The autonomic system has a hold of you, controlling automatically some things that you do. Your breathing and your heartbeat just go on naturally. And when you're scared, your nerves rev up the speed. Hey, there's a telegraph line. You got yours and I got mine. It's called the nervous system, and everybody understands those telegram commands, and you know that everybody better listen.
When you look down the street, what do you see? The street is overflowing with a lot of machines. Now I don't mean the buses, the trucks or cars. I'm talking about the people, yeah, you know who they are. I'm a machine, you're a machine. Everybody that you know, they are machines. To keep your engine running, you need energy. For your high-powered revved up body machine. Your high-powered revved up body machine. I'd be a fool if I said that the fuel that we needed to burn was gas. Cause the fuel we use is the stuff called food, and it puts out the power for our machine. You make a stop at the filling station. Fill her up one chicken sandwich to go. As you start to chew, your body does it. All systems go.
Now that sandwich contains some very important kinds of food energy for your body. The chicken gives you protein, bread, carbohydrate, mayonnaise, fat, and the lettuce has vitamins plus cellulose or roughage. Together, these things help keep your body machine running smoothly.
First the saliva, kinda like a driver.
Move to the rear of the mouth.
But what it's doing, along with teeth chewing, is taking food and breaking it down. Down to the stomach, the food is pushed. The esophagus does its stuff. And the stomach starts.
Look at those moving parts.
As the body machine turns up.
Gastric juices operate on proteins, fats, and carbohydrates.
In the stomach, they do what they do. They take out nutrition and use it for you.
When the cellulose in those leaves, will control the traffic flow.
helps the food to move along so the good stays in and the bad gets gone. I'm a machine, you're a machine. Everybody that you know they are machines. To keep your engine running, you need energy. Or your high-powered revved up body machine. Your high-powered revved up body machine. Then the small intestine does most of your digesting by sending all the nutrients in through the villi, which look a little silly, but act as little vents. The bloodstream passes the nutrients it catches and takes them to the cells you see. You use what it delivers and store some in the liver for future energy. I'm a machine, you're a machine. Everybody that you know they are machines. To keep your engine running, you need energy for your high-powered revved up body machine. Your high-powered revved up body machine. Your high-powered revved up, complicated, tuned-up, fascinating body machine. Take care of that machine. You got such a great model there, honey. Give it the right fuel. High protein, low calorie. Take it out for a spin every day.
Oh, energy. Sometimes I think I'm running out of energy. Seems like we use an awful lot for heating and lighting and driving, reading and writing and jiving. Energy, you'd think we'd be saving it up. Energy, you can get it by damming up a river. Energy, a windmill can make the breeze deliver. But even with milling and damming, our needs are so much more demanding. For energy, we have to use some kind of fuel. Chop, chop, chop. The cavemen used wood to start their fires. Chop, chop, chop. They made all the tools that they require. Chop, chop, chop. Inventions got more and more inspired. The fires got higher and higher, and clearings got wider and wider. Energy, they were burning about all their wood up. Then one day, men discovered that coal would do it better. Miners dug, and it looked like it might just last forever. It seemed like the final solution. It started the Industrial Revolution. Energy, we could just keep on digging it up. Now in 1859, way out in western Pennsylvania, a man had built a rig that got some laughs from folks who came there. But suddenly a mighty roar came up from under the ground. Soon a gush of gushing oil soaked all who stood around. Now no one knew when that gush of blew the petroleum years were honest, or that so many cars and trucks would come to cause a crisis. Energy, we're looking to try and find some new kinds. Energy, exploring to try and make a new find. Nuclear and thermal and solar. If we miss, we'll get colder and colder. Energy, we gotta stop using you up. So don't be cross when mama says turn that extra light out. Just turn it off till we find us a fuel that never runs out. If everyone tries a bit harder, fuel will go farther and farther. Energy, we're gonna be stretching you out.
Introducing the greatest show on earth, the weather! Welcome everyone, it's the weather show! Bring your bathing suits, and don't forget your boots and coats. Introducing the greatest show on earth, the weather! Welcome everyone.
everyone, it's the weather show. Bring your bathing suits, and don't forget your boots and coats. Folks, we guarantee the show that we perform is never dull. If there's a lull, it's just the calm before the storm.
Watch it change from icy cold just to warm, and rearrange from sunny days to crazy storm. The curtains rising, we're so glad to have you here.
Come see a new show daily in the atmosphere.
Act one, what's fun?
The sun shines down on field and town, on forest, mountain, desert, sea and snow. Some heat, some storm, some bounces on. So here it's hot, while there it may be cold.
The heated earth heats up the air, just like a big hot air balloon up a big globe.
Then cooler air sneaks in below. It's heated too, now look out folks, 'cause up it goes. Sinking air is called a high, which means it has high pressure. Low pressure air is on the rise, and as they move together,
action, the wind.
Those lows and highs, they sink and rise. The air begins to move and flow. It circulates at different rates, and that creates the winds that blow.
The highs are nice, they bring fair skies.
But a low will often bring you clouds or rain.
And when they come, they cloud our first, a changing of the weather in between.
As the highs and lows push and shove, the weather front begins to move. And if a front moves into town, it means a storm just may come down. Act 3, the humidity.
Because of heat, trucks evaporate from lakes and rivers, puddles, even trees. The air can fill right to the gill with water vapor, that's humidity.
When clouds appear, rain may be near. 'Cause the vapor's cool and starting to condense. And if those drops begin to plop,
plop, plop, plop,
that's precipitation, folks, you all get to rain. That's the weather, folks, you got your money's worth. Hot or cold or soaking wet, hey, but what you can get? The weather shows, the greatest show on earth. Yes, sir.
Them bones, them dry bones, now they're the working of the Lord.
Bones are heard of, but seldom seen, except each year round Halloween. But I've got a shockaroo. Right now there's a skeleton locked up inside of you. Minus bones, you're just a blow. Being frameworks, their main job. All your organs, muscles too, they need your bones to hold them safe and sound inside for you. Your heart and lungs are tucked away and they're behind your ribs. Those bones have been protecting them since we were little kids. Look out! Here comes a bonehead plane! Burn his brain! Tweet, tweet, tweet! What a day! Don't take much to overwhelm it, but luckily those bones up there work like a built-in helmet.
Shin bone connected to the knee bone.
That means the tibia connects to the patella.
Knee bone connected to the thigh bone.
That means the patella connects to the femur. And here's how they really fit together. Ligaments are what link bone to bone. Cartilage that cushions in between. Muscles are gone by the tendons. So here's what's happening in your knees most every time you bend them. Now there's a lot of skeleton we never get to see, but it
holds other little parts that show quite obviously. Talking about those 32 that we all call our teeth. You gotta feed them right and keep them clean, or they can come to grief. Ouch! Oh. So please remember, you got to do it while you're young. Feed your bones some good old calcium. Drinking milk a glass or two will help your bones to stay in shape and do their job for you.
Your skeleton.
It's a framework, yes, holding you together. Shielding organs, that's his job too.
To have some fun or pass a quiz, just follow this computer whiz. Scooter Computer and Mr. Chips, they got the answers at their fingertips.
I beat you this time, Mr. Chips. You're really good at these video games, but I can beat you sometimes.
Of course, Scooter, because I'm no smarter than the person who programs me. After all, I'm only hardware, just like nuts and bolts.
Oh, yeah? You're the smartest bag of nuts and bolts I've ever seen.
Listen, Scooter, some people assume that simply because a computer can gobble up all kinds of numbers and facts and figures and whatever data you happen to feed it, some people assume because a computer knows how to remember instructions and data whenever it's told and deliver it back whenever you need it, as quick as a wink. Some people assume a computer can think.
You mean you're not really so smart, Mr. Chips?
Right, Scooter. I'm not equipped to be smart. I'm not equipped to think. I'm equipped to use software and process information, not to understand it.
What software?
The instructions you decide to give me.
And how do you use software?
I use software with my hardware. The terminal keyboard you touch when you want to say hi to me, that's hardware. My video screen when I want to reply to you, that's hardware too. And this complicated equipment crammed inside of me, too tiny for you to see, that's hardware too. Nothing but diodes, capacitors, and resistors, interconnections, and transistors jammed together like canned sardines. Thousands of teeny tiny machines printed on microscopic strips called chips.
Chips? So that's why they call you.
Precisely.
Gee, Mr. Chips, you have a great brain.
Brain? No, Scooter, I have no brain. Some people assume that simply because I can beat them at math and word games and chess and checkers and fingers and breakers all in the same afternoon. Some people assume because I can shoot off a rocket and chart it and clock it, control it, command it and steer it and land it precisely there on the moon. It's hard to explain. But some people assume I have a brain.
Okay, but if you don't have a brain, how can you do so many different things?
Because of the different kinds of software people can feed me. Scientists or secretaries, astronauts or accountants, managers or musicians. As long as it's put in a language I can understand, I can store the directions in my chips. I assure you I haven't a brain and I haven't a heart. And my chips would feel no pain if you took me apart. And I'll never know good from bad, or black from white. And I'll never know happy from sad, or wrong from right. I'm nothing but diodes, capacitors, and resistors, interconnections, and transistors jammed together like canned sardines. Thousands of teeny tiny machines printed on microscopic strips called chips. And it's all hardware, just like nuts and bolts.
You're sure a smooth talker, Mr. Chips.
Maybe so, Scooter, but you're the brains of the operation.
To have some fun or pass a quiz, just follow this computer whiz. Scooter Computer and Mr. Chips, they got the answers at their fingertips.
Baseball's supposed to be fun. Can't wait to hit a home run. But they got me playing the wrong position since they made me the statistician. I'm in numbers up to my ears. This is gonna take me years and years and years and years and
Numbers?
years.
Scooter, did you say numbers?
Yes, numbers, Mr. Chips. Batting averages, earned run averages, team standings. I can probably probably figure this stuff out, but I'll miss batting practice.
Feed me those numbers. I'll do the work.
You mean...
Precisely. Sit down, Scooter. You're in for a treat. Numbers, you see, are just my meat. 'Cause I'm a number cruncher, a mathematical muncher. I can round numbers off, I can square them. I can line numbers up and compare them. I can change them around, rearrange them around. I can deal with them in any way you choose. I'm not a math professor, I am a data processor. I can mix numbers up and combine them. I can take them apart and align them. I can shake numbers up, I can break numbers up. I can turn them into something you can use. If you can punch them, I can crunch them. 'Cause I'm a number cruncher.
Mr. Chips, you're amazing.
Elementary, Scooter. A piece of cake. Just feed me the numbers, and I'll process them for you.
In other words, I punch them.
Precisely, and I crunch them. I process numbers as quick as a flash for whatever results you need. I process numbers into measuring tools to measure sound and time and speed. I process numbers to find just how fast a rocket can get to Mars. I project the future and recall the past, and I can show you a map of the stars.
Wow!
I process numbers into curves and lines, display them on a graph or a chart. I process numbers into colors and shapes to make a digital work of art. A work of art. 'Cause I'm a number cruncher, a mathematical muncher. I can round numbers off, I can square them. I can line numbers up and compare them. I can change them around, rearrange them around. I can deal with them in any way you choose. I'm not a math professor, I am a data processor. I can mix numbers up and combine them. I can take them apart and align them. I can shake numbers up, I can break numbers up. I can turn them into something you can use.
My baseball statistics.
A piece of cake, but remember, first you have to punch them.
I know, then you can crunch them. 'Cause you're a number cruncher.
Precisely.
To have some fun or pass a quiz, just follow this computer whiz. Scooter Computer and Mr. Chips, they got the answers at their fingertips.
Here I am and there you stand, such distance in between. 'Cause I am a human and you are a machine. How can I communicate exactly what I mean when I am a human and you are a machine? Parlez-vous français? Habla español?
I am a computer with so much in store. If you could learn my language or I could speak in yours, then I'd do more work for you than you could ever dream. Though you are a human and I am a machine.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
First of all, please clear your mind and listen closely, Scooter. Forget the words you thought you knew and start to think computer. Computers change the letters and the numerals humans type to a numbered code made up of things that we call bits and bytes.
Bits? Bytes?
Think computer, Scooter. A byte is several digits, all standing in a row. They represent a letter or a number that you know. For instance, when you write an A, this byte is what I see. And 0011, is my way of saying 3. The bit is one little bit of a byte.
I get it. Bits and bytes are sort of a computer alphabet.
That's right, but ABCs and 1, 2, 3s isn't talking. Hey, let's face it, that's why one language that we use is called Computer Basic.
Computer Basic?
Beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code. Basic is a language that most computers know. And once you start to speak, its communications flow. You use words and phrases, I use bits and bytes instead. And Basic lets us understand what the other one just said.
So Basic is a language that I can talk in human and you can talk in machine and we can understand each other.
Yes, Basic is the language you'll be using to feed in my data. It's also the language all my programs or software Scooter?
All right. Well, there you have it. Yeah, 50 years old this year, Schoolhouse Rock. So I wanted to just put it out there, and hopefully you enjoyed. So thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to go raid, if I can actually do this properly. Here, let's see. The thing with the thing and the ma and the boo and the snows. Trouser schnauzer. There we go. Alright, we're gonna go raid the Trows. Thank you all for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget this Sunday, the EBC Grand Reopening, and that'll be my first official speedrun on Castlevania 2, and of course, the unbelievably dark, secret, mysterious Polybius 2021 on Sunday, April 2nd. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.